Yo, what's up? So, another car podcast, another car rant. Let's go. We're still going strong, never stopping. So, I wrote a tweet last week, which went something like this. The reason why you're stuck is not because you lack the skills or the knowledge. The reason why you're stuck is because you don't have the courage to make a move. Go big or stay small. And when I was writing this tweet, I was thinking about the way I approached things earlier in my life and the way I approach things right now. And I think that one of my biggest mistakes that I commit time and time again is, and I think that people commit this because I see this every damn day, is selling ourselves short. Is not giving ourselves the credit that we deserve. And I will go deeper into that and tell you what I think we can do about this and how it looks like. So I believe that the biggest human weakness that we have, especially if you're a high achiever, if you're a high achieving person who is ambitious, who's a go-getter, type A personality, and you're trying to make the world into your oyster, into something that you can swim in and achieve all of those great things and goals, I believe that the biggest mistake you probably make, and I make as well, is selling ourselves too short. Meaning not appreciating our own abilities enough, not giving ourselves the credit that we deserve. It's not feeling confident in yourself. And I remember this thing I heard on a podcast once where the guy said something like, there is a person who has half of your talent but is 10 times more confident and is making 5 times more money than you. And this one really struck me because I think that sometimes we don't remember who we truly are. We don't give our achievements enough value. And I believe that this happens because, think about this, things that come easily to you, you don't value. You usually value only the things that are hard for you. But things that come easily to you might come hard to other people. And life is never one-dimensional. So somebody who's really good in fitness might not do so well in finances. And somebody who's really good at finances and making money might not do so well in fitness. Or somebody who's great in relationships might not do so well in fitness or wealth or whatever. There are many areas. I believe that there are 4 areas to the good life. So it's health, wealth, happiness, and love. And in my eyes, the worst thing you can do is basically sell yourself short. Is not to appreciate your own achievements and basically to give the power that's yours to other people, to enable them to tell you who you are, what you are capable of, what's possible, what's the right scenario, and you just follow the script that they give you. And I will give you my solution for this. So the way that I try to combat it, because it's also a battle every day. You're trying to remember how great you are when your brain is trying to tell you that you're not good enough, because people who are ambitious are never satisfied with the things that they have. Anytime you get something, you just change the thing that you want. You want the next thing, the bigger thing. This is because the higher you go, the more you realize that the more capable you are. And think about the metaphor of a mountain. When you're climbing the mountain, when you're at the bottom, you can't see the top. But the higher you go, the higher you can see. And the higher you can see, the higher you want to go. So you will never be satisfied as an ambitious, high-achieving person, unless you choose to, of course, because you can always choose to be satisfied with what you have. So the way I combat that, and I try to combat my negativity bias in my brain, is by making comparisons more real in a sense. So what I do is I will write down names of 5 people that I think are more successful than I am. Of course, this is totally subjective, so that I would like to be as successful as in a given area. So let's say that I pick Jeff Bezos, or I pick somebody who's Mark Zuckerberg, for example, let's say. And then I will try to judge Mark Zuckerberg as much as I can on his areas of life. So I will look at his wealth, at his money, then I will look at his fitness, I will look at his relationships, and it's probably even better to do with people that you know. So like somebody that you think is successful that you know personally, because they will be much closer to you. Mark Zuckerberg is sort of not that great of an example because he's just an outlier in like he's a billionaire, so it's very hard to compare yourself to him, but the rule still works. So I will write down his stats. I will go into his relationships. Does he have a wife? Does he have a girlfriend? Is he happy? Do I think he's happy? What does he say in interviews? And then I will try to find an area where I am better than him. So for example, Mark Zuckerberg, I think you're great entrepreneur business-wise, but when I look at your fitness, your physique is not that great. I'm gonna be honest, you could use some incline bench press or incline dumbbells, and I know that I am better in fitness than Mark Zuckerberg. So all of a sudden, something that's so natural to me, which is fitness, working out, having a good physique, and feeling a high energy in my body, I know that I'm better than Mark Zuckerberg, right? So all of a sudden, the comparison is much more real, and I can give myself credit for the things that I'm good at. So what I want you to do is, you have to take somebody that you know, ideally, and personally, not someone who's like famous like Mark Zuckerberg. This was a funny example that I wanted to give to you, but find someone that actually is like in the same societal group as you are, in your social group or social circle, and then somebody that you consider successful in something, and then look at all the areas of their life and find areas where you are better. And trust me, you are better in some areas. And if you're not, I would get to work. Start with the one that you care about the most. But you will be better in some areas than they are. You might have more money than they do. You might have better body than they do, or you feel better when it comes to your fitness. You might have a better relationship. You might be happier than they are. And sometimes the things don't have to be so general. You can even have a better smile than they do. Your hairstyle can be better than their hairstyle. But what we're doing here is we're breaking this belief that they are somehow superhuman. I believe that there are no adults, that everybody is making things up as they go. The people who we believe to be somehow better, billionaires, millionaires, superstars, celebrities, they are just humans, and there is nothing special about them. They are just like you and me, exactly the same. They still pay bills, they still go to the bathroom, they still have arguments, they still have addictions and bad habits, and all it takes and all we're doing here is basically showing you that you are on their level, that they are not above you. You are the same as they are. It's just they probably are really focused on one area of their life, and they are beating you because of that in that one area. And this is just to give yourself more confidence. So this is the first strategy. So write down, start with 5 people, but like even one person is enough. This exercise is great for just showing you how successful you are, even though you don't think about it like that. And the only reason why you don't think like that is because you have beliefs and you try to compare yourself to people who have a completely different story than you, completely different journey and completely different trajectory than you. You also don't know what they went through, what they had to learn, what they had to sacrifice, what sort of work ethic do they need to have, and so on. So this is the first exercise. And second exercise for courage and confidence is second one is building it slowly by giving yourself credit for the things that you do. So one of the ways that I trick myself into believing in myself more is giving myself credit by writing down the things that I did on a given day. So I would go into my journal and I would write, I am proud of myself for working out today. I would write it down. I would give myself credit because I know that working out is not easy to many people and that most people don't work out. So by definition, when I do this, I am becoming better. I would say I am proud of myself for saving $5,000 this month, or saving $10,000 this month, whatever the number is for you. Or I am proud of myself for not losing it when John said that thing to me that I thought was disrespectful. And all of a sudden, you start accumulating your library of achievements. You're building up the things that you're capable of, and those small wins, eventually they create that big outcome because they are like votes for the type of person that you are. So, first one, we said 5 people, you compare themselves, you bring them to your level, they are not different than you. Second one, you highlight your achievements, you highlight and emphasize them and show yourself how great you are. Third one, and this is more of a hypothetical one on what you can do, just try to detach a little bit, try to get less emotional about your life, and ask yourself the question, what would I do if I were 5 times or 10 times as confident? I think 10 is better than 5. So what would you do in this situation if you were 10 times more confident? Just think about it. How would you behave? How would you treat this person? Would you approach this girl that you really like? Would you start the business that you've been speaking about for 6 months? Would you quit the job that you hate? Right, just think about it hypothetically, because all of a sudden when you pose a question like that in a hypothetical, so what would I do if I was 10 times more confident? Your brain opens up. All of a sudden you can touch into that creativity that you have within, because you are the creator of your life, of your destiny, of your environment. Even though if you don't believe it, doesn't make it less true. You are a creator. We're all creators. We make things. And this way, you can think about your life in 10x. How would it look 10x? So how would the 10x confidence look for me? How would I approach this situation if I was 10 times more confident? And then you can, guess what? You can actually do that. You can actually do the thing that you, with 10 times the confidence, would do. And all of a sudden, your confidence is 10x. I know it sounds simple, and it is simple. It's not easy though, because you will feel fear. You will feel all of those negative emotions, and you'll hear all the voices that keep telling you that you're not good enough. But it's your choice to take control of your life and to ignore all the voices. Why do you care about some voice in your head? Words are just words, and for me, words cannot stop me. People say all sorts of things about me, and I hear all sorts of thoughts about myself in my brain, but I am in control of my destiny. I get to decide whether I agree with the thought, or I disagree with the thought, or I agree with what this person is saying, or I disagree with what this person is saying. And in reality, this puts me in control of my confidence, of my self-esteem, and I don't have to rely on other people to tell me how good I am, because deep down, it's me who makes the decision whether to give this person power or not give this person power. And I have this power, we have this power at all times. It's just we give it away to other people. We give them the opportunity to judge us, to tell us their opinion, which we sometimes ask for. Sometimes we don't ask for it and they give us their opinion, but we don't need to accept their opinion. It's up to you to accept their opinion. So, to sum it up, first, do the exercises that I mentioned here. So first exercise, what you do is you write down one person that you believe is successful and you write down 5 areas where you're better than them. Second, you try, and I think this should be a habit that you implement for a period or maybe forever, where you say at the end of the day, I am proud of myself for, and you name a thing that you did. Doesn't have to be big, but it will eventually become big because you will grow. Even though you might have to start small, then you'll become better. And third one, hypothetical question to yourself, open up your creativity. What would I do if I was 10 times confident? As confident as I am. And then all of a sudden, a world of possibilities opens up. And then you get to decide whether you want to take the next and become this person, despite the doubts, or whether you want to give in to mediocrity. So, this is another car podcast. The audio is getting better on this, I promise. Just right now they're a little bit spontaneous. And I also have some back-end business that I need to take care of. But I'll order a new microphone. The audio will get much better. And we're leveling up. We're getting better. We're becoming stronger, better technology, more refined, more premium. And you'll hear me in a better quality audio soon, I promise. So, it's my time. Much love. Bye-bye.